we really can learn from the past. Let's talk about that. Hey gang, Jeff here, lead pastor of River Rock Church, and welcome to another installment of In the Know, where we're learning how to thrive in this new normal. 3 years ago, the country was in a very similar place that it is today. There was an unfair, unjust death of an African American at the hands of a police officer. Protests and riots spread across the country, culminating in the death of actually several officers in Dallas. As a result, the church that we're partnered with, North Point Community Church, they, instead of a Sunday regular service, they had an interview where the lead pastor, Andy Stanley, interviewed two African American gentlemen about frank and honest questions. And I'm telling you, as I re-listened to it, as I familiarize yourself, I found myself listening and thinking the same thoughts that were asked, and it's eerily similar to the situation that we're finding today. The name of the message is called Skin in the Game. What's interesting is this past weekend, I asked you guys to go out to find someone of a different race or a different political persuasion and sit down and have an honest conversation and ask them about racial tension and racial issues and their point of view and their perspective. Now, maybe you guys have done that, maybe you haven't, I'm not sure, but what I do know is this message, Skin in the Game, provides an excellent template. Andy Stanley asked some extremely insightful and relevant, helpful questions. So if you've been reluctant to actually sit down with somebody and ask them these questions, use this as a template, use this as an example to engage somebody else, to engage with somebody, to learn about their past and their perspective. Because one thing is that this happened 3 years ago, it's happened in years past, and unfortunately, we're gonna have racial tensions and flare-ups in this country unless each individual person changes the way they see things, changes their hearts. This isn't going away. Now is the time to engage racial tensions, to move out of your safe and comfortable point of view and perspective. It might be right, it might be wrong. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that let's engage somebody else of a different color and listen. Listen. Because that's the only way, that's the step one in loving our neighbors, loving someone else as Jesus loved us. And if you're a follower of Jesus, that is your number one command. This is not an option. I hope this resource, the links that are attached to this message will be helpful for you to start that conversation with somebody else, to allow God to transform your heart, which will transform a nation. Thanks. Y'all be safe.